I think this is about where spawn was, but there's multiple bonus chests around the world, so I can't be too sure of that. Up this staircase, it's a terrible staircase, like what even is that? Is like a registration building that I made. I guess it was for when other people joined my world, but there were never more than 2 people on at once, so I don't know, the building's just for show, I guess. It's got a storage room, but there's nothing in any of the chests. So again, this building was just for show. Over this way is the house that I made. It was originally way smaller, but I expanded it over time. I've revisited it multiple times since I stopped playing on the world, as you can tell by these signs. This one is from just the other day. Right next to the entrance is a living room, and it's got a couch that faces a TV, and it's got this gap in the wall that leads into the kitchen. I'm not exactly sure what 10-year-old me was thinking putting carpet in the kitchen, but oh well. The kitchen leads directly into this super simple dining room, if you can even call it that. The glass ceiling was the house's original ceiling before I expanded it. Over here is a bathroom, but there's nothing in it, so we'll move over to the library, which doesn't have much in it either. Over here is a ladder that leads into my bedroom. I actually quite like the way I organised the chests, to be honest. It has its own balcony that looks over the front of the house, and it also has a staircase that leads down onto the front porch. I put a lot of different entrances to places in this house, which I really like. Further up the ladder is a hallway that leads to what would have been more bedrooms, I guess, but they're all empty. Up this other ladder is an empty attic. But if you keep going up, then it leads to a lounge room. There's also another ladder that goes down into a gaming room. There's a couple villages in here, which I named after some other villagers that were in a different world that I had on Pocket Edition, but that world got corrupted. This hallway leads to the side of my house, but also has a door that leads to a clubhouse. It's got a few different levels to it, like the stage and the balcony. This door leads into the ceiling, where you can see the rooms below. Back to where those empty bedrooms were before, there's a door that leads out onto the roof. It's got a balcony that goes down the side of the house, and it has a ladder that goes down to ground level. This is an unfinished statue that Alex is making that was meant to be the developer Alex skin. This ladder leads to a pool that I made. It's not a great pool, but it does offer a great view of the surrounding world. And it's also got a change room. Up here are just some animal pens. And over this way is another gaming room. Part of it got corrupted and I just never fixed it for some reason. You can tell this world is old because the chest is labelled as a Wii U. The Switch might not have been out yet. Over this way is just some random room that I made, probably just to look nice. Well, as nice as oak planks can look at least. It does have a glass floor that looks down onto a house that I'll show later. Over this way is a restaurant that somehow isn't made from oak planks and blue windows. It's got a few tables inside, it's nothing fancy. Well, nothing in this world is fancy, but still. If we continue over this broken bridge, there's a waterfall that leads to SpongeBob's house. No way. Pineapples aren't in Minecraft though, so I used gold and emerald. There's a really simple SpongeBob inside, if you could even say that SpongeBob. I was building this house over here, but I just decided to blow it up for some reason. Over here is a treehouse that I made for my dad, but there's nothing in it. And over here is a house that I made for my mum. It's got a basement that has a small library in it, which is actually underwater, so I had to drain all the water. It's got a farm in the backyard too. Over here I was messing around with the newly added Glazed Terracotta, just seeing all the different types and the patterns they made. I used to build C-shaped houses in Pocket Edition, and I started to build one here, but I never finished it. There seems to be a lot of unfinished builds in this world. This was meant to be a floating island, except I didn't finish it and it doesn't even float. There's not much on the top, just a small room. Down here is a pyramid I made, and it has 4 beacons on top. There's nothing in the pyramid though. Over here is a school that Alex made, and again, not much is in it. And there's another one over here, and there's even less in that one. This room is completely empty, so I don't know why I chose to show this part first. This room doesn't have much in it either, but it does have a staircase that leads into Alex's room. This next room was obviously inspired by Stampy's Lovely World. It has an Apple computer on the balcony. Right outside the main entrance is a room that has lots of different animals in it. And also a villager. Over here is a bunch of jungle trees stacked on top of one another, stretching to the height limit. Down here are some shops that Alex and I built. There's different types of shops, like a shoe store, Smiggle, Big W, Target, Jesters, and Kmart. I built an Xbox logo nearby. It says Xbox instead of Xbox because it stands for Xbox One S, which is the model I have. This area was meant to have a floating town, except it doesn't float, just like the island from before. I think this room is where I set the spawn for the world. I named the world CamDude06, which I named after an island I drew when I was 8 that was shaped like my head. There's just some empty rooms over here, nothing too interesting. This tower has this glowstone thing at the top for some reason. This area over here is pretty empty too. I just built some rooms made out of diamonds like every kid did back then. It's got a view of this small hill here too. This unfinished road leads to this blown up tower with a tree in it. And right next to it is a house I made for Alex that has a tree on top for some reason. There's not much on the bottom level, just a small library. At the back is a porch that has a pool. Up to the second story of the house, the main room doesn't have much in it. But over here is Alex's room. And on top of it is another bedroom. And on top of that is another bedroom. But this one does have a good view. In here is just a lounge, I guess. There's a balcony on the back of the house too. Over here is a small area that Alex made for a horse. Dogleg. Nearby there is a house I made for some villagers. I made them a pool but I didn't place the water right so they can't get out. This house is mostly empty, but it does have this random hallway that leads to a drop. And it also has a water slide. Let's go down the water slide. Woohoo! Yeah! Oh my god, that was so fun. I was gonna build a footy stadium over here, but I never got around to finishing it. And over here was going to be a police station, but I didn't finish that either. I chose to build it in a really weird spot for some reason. It's right on a river. I got the idea for this tower after reading a book about Minecraft castles. And right next to it is a barrack that I made. This tunnel leads to nowhere. Yeah, I don't even know what this is meant to be. It's not even finished, there's no roof. Directions, continue to town, right for a treehouse. Oh my god, no way, it's a treehouse. I love treehouses. It's even got a diving board, let's jump off. Yeah! Right near the treehouse is a house that Alex and I lived in together. It's got a backyard, but there's nothing in it. It's got a small bathroom with a cauldron as a toilet. It's got some pens too, but there's no mobs in there. I do like the little holes in the wall though, they're nice. Upstairs we've got Alex's room. It's got a ladder that goes up, but I'll show where it goes later. And I've also got my own room. You can tell that 11 or 12 year old me was such an epic gamer because I had diamond armor and only the best tools. This room is completely empty. Up here is a recording studio, and this is where I still make my videos to this day. It leads into a room that has the ladder that was in Alex's room from before. Like many other builds in this world, this house is unfinished. This statue is based on the developer Steve's skin that I used to use back then. I'm still wearing it now. Thanks for watching. Oh, by the way, I've got another Minecraft tour video coming out after this one, so you'd be sure to check that out. I actually recorded it before this one though. Anyway, bye.